Hey everybody, this is my HK P30. This is the S version with a safety. It does have the decocker. Go ahead and show you how it's clear. I know a lot of people worry about all that kind of stuff. But you have your decocker on the rear. Also, I've changed out a few things on the gun. I've changed out the sights. They have the Heine lead sights with straight 8 with Trijicom inserts in there, or maybe they're not Trijicom, maybe they're just night sights. Maybe that might be a proprietary thing. I'm not sure how that all works. Anyway, also I wrapped Talon grips on it. So far, that's really the only things that I've done to it. I am going to probably epoxy the medium side plates on and leave the small rear free because there is a spring under there that you can change out. This gun has roughly about 5,000 rounds in it. It's in my carry rotation kind of regularly. There's a lot of capacity with this gun. It's kind of overlooked by a lot of people. A lot of people just grab a Glock 19 and a lot of different guns, and those are good guns. I mean, there's a lot of really, really good guns out there. I just think this is a really good gun for its size. It's roughly the same size as a Glock 19, maybe a smidgen, just a smidgen longer in the handle. But for me, I like it. Now, I say that I have a Glock 19 too. But it gets carried also, but this gets carried too. It's a very accurate gun, this P30. I think that once you master the trigger, it's extremely accurate. It did take a little bit of a learning curve for me, not because so much of it being an SA or DASA trigger. It's more that the trigger breaks really deep into the grip, and then also too the reset is really far out. So like if you're a 1911 guy or a Glock guy or a lot of other firearms that have, pretty quick, easy, fast triggers, this is more of a long trigger system, and you see that in a lot of guns where they're kind of counting on that trigger. I think, and I might be wrong about this, but I think they're kind of counting on that trigger being long for you to have a long time to decide, I'm not going to shoot it, or if somebody's messing around with a gun that wasn't supposed to be messing around with the gun, it would be harder for them to maybe shoot themselves. I'm not sure, but it does have a longer trigger pull, and the reset is kind of long, but it's consistently the same. The DA and the SA trigger, they're not the same, of course. The trigger pulls are dramatically different and stuff like that, but all of the DA pulls and all the SA pulls are going to be consistently the same, and that's kind of by definition, what makes a really good trigger. And we might have what we like out of this trigger more, or that kind of trigger more, but consistency is the key, and it definitely has consistency down. Out of the 5,000 rounds that I've shot through it, I've never had an issue with it. I can't say that with a lot of guns. Pretty much every Glock that I own over, the course of 5,000 rounds, I've had some kind of issue. The slide didn't go all the way fully into battery, or something has happened. With this HK and my other HK, I've never had an issue with either one of those guns. They're boring in that compartment. You're not going to have a lot of failure to feeds or anything like that. I guess maybe if you got really, really cheap, bad ammo, but then is that really the gun's fault, or is that your fault for putting bad stuff in it? You wouldn't fault your car if you put gas that had water in it or something like that in there, you'd just be like, hey, it's my fault, I'm stupid. But the HK P30, I think it really shines at what it is. And what it is a very ergonomic firearm that's very, very capable. When I did carry this gun all the time, I have a TRL1, I guess, Streamlight that you can just snap onto that rail real quick and real easy, and it was my nightstand gun, you know, when I came home. And a lot of every gun that I carry, it's not like I'll switch out my gun. My nightstand gun is generally my carry gun. I come home, I take it off my hip, put it on the nightstand as I'm going to bed, and when I get up in the morning, I put it back on. But anyway, with this gun, if I could get a drop-in trigger, if anybody knows of one, you could put it in the comments. That would be greatly appreciated. But if I could get a drop-in trigger that could shorten up that reset and maybe, you know, make it break a little bit quicker, that would be awesome. And this would probably get bumped up quite a bit on the ratings. But to be fair, you know, I don't carry this gun or the Glock 19 over this gun because of a size issue or anything. A lot of times I carry a Glock 17 to be completely fair, but that's because that's what I'm running in competition right now. And if I'm going to practice a lot with it, you know, might as well wear it, and then I can practice whenever I want to. More of a thing of convenience at that point. But if I could ever get a drop-in trigger for this, I think this would just have to be my carry gun again. I would end up getting it stippled. I would do it myself, epoxy those side plates on, and that's probably the only thing that I would do with this gun is stipple it, and that's more because I just don't like the way that it looks without the script tape on it, and it would be a little bit more aggressive, have a little bit more texture to it, and then if the trigger could just be a little bit better. But it's not enough for me to get rid of it. It is an extremely accurate gun. For 9mm, it's a pretty soft shooting gun. Not any softer than a Glock or any harder than a SIG or anything like that. It's just a little bit different. More of a training issue whenever you come across something like that. But I'll get another gun out of the safe here in another couple days and make up another video for y'all. Y'all let me know what y'all think. If anybody knows of a drop-in trigger for this, let me know. That'd be pretty awesome. Also, I run it with the Bravo DOS holster. I run it appendix. I know appendix, not everybody's down with appendix. But y'all let me know what you think, and I'll post up another video soon. Talk to y'all soon.